Dr. Brain, I've heard some rumours that I'm going to get flattened by some boulders today. Is that true?
Well, possibly. Oh, that reminds me. What band do boulders like the most?
Boulders? Well, boulders, do they listen to music? Because I've spoken to a few boulders, and normally they just keep quiet. They're very good listeners, boulders. I'm not too sure. Maybe I should go and ask a few. I've seen a few around. I'm going to go and ask them what they...
It's a joke. Oh, let's get on with the show. Rock on! Are you ready for this fiery experiment? Which team can keep GP from being bowled over in our creative challenge? And who will bring home gold by coming last at our slow race? Let's get to it! This is Ultimate Brain! Good to see you again. I'll tell you what I want. What I really want. I've got a zig-a-zig-E, I've got a zig-a-zig-ooh, but I haven't got a zig-a-zig. I can't find one anyway. Can't get them these days. Yes, it's Girl Power Day. We're going to see if we can find the next great female scientist to follow in the footsteps of people like Marie Curie with her X-rays, Rosalind Franklin with her DNA. You go, girl! Let's meet the teams. First up, our girls in green from Lancashire. It's Alex, Isabel and Francesca. Dressed in yellow and feeling mellow. It's Amina, Alia and Olivia from Birmingham. And representing women of the world, well, CBBC, in blue, the next step's Ella, Hetty of Feather, a.k.a. Isabel, and Millie of In Between. Girls just wanna have fun. Ooh, girls just wanna have fun. Yes, apart from when they're discovering things, inventing things, becoming great politicians and scientists and business people, and we have some of the greatest female minds in the land in this very studio today. Shall we meet them? Let's do it, beginning with the Blues. How are you, Blues?
We're good.
It's good to see you here. Celebrities. Real celebrities here in my very own studio. Now then, Dr. Ella, I happen to know that a very good friend of mine, my pet, Mr. Guinea Pig, is a very big fan of your show, The Next Step.
Amazing.
Yes.
Brilliant.
And, he'd just like to show you a few moves. Would you mind?
No, that's absolutely fine. Go
Oh,
ahead.
that's very kind of you. Take it away, GP. Oh, brilliant. Look at him go.
Right. I think there was good energy, but I think you might need to point your toes a little bit more. That might get you that edge further.
Do you think he'd make it to nationals?
Maybe, just try a tiny bit harder. But I think you have the focus to get there, definitely.
Oh, marvellous. And Blues, what's your team name?
Groovy Gravity Girls!
Ruby. Yellows, how you doing?
We're good. Good.
Good to meet you. Now, Dr. Olivia, how are you feeling today? Confident at all?
Very. Because due to the fact that Mars is in a certain position today, and also because out of all of the episodes of this show I've seen, I think our team have been better than all of the other teams. We are sure to win.
I'm a little bit frightened. I'm almost being knocked over with your confidence. Good luck, you Yellows. What's your team name?
Scientific Sleuths!
Ooh, Greens, how you doing?
Great.
Where you from?
Lancashire.
Lancashire. Oh, yeah, I know somebody from Lancashire. A very good friend, Professor Brian Cox. Do you think that he would think that you are some of the wonders of the universe? I think he might. You're absolutely marvellous. Now, one of you, I hear, would like to be a radio presenter. Which one is it?
Me.
It's you, isn't it? Why do you want to be a radio presenter?
I like music and I like talking to people.
You're like, well, that's a perfect combination then, isn't it? Could you do all the buttons as well? Switch on the music and all that? Perhaps you could give us a little go. Perhaps say something like, good morning, you're listening to BBC Radio Brain. Give it a go.
Good morning. You're listening to BBC Radio Brain.
Perfect. I'd like to wake up to that, have a little cup of coffee, go for a little drive. Fantastic, Greens. What's your team name?
Mini Einsteins.
Brilliant! These teams are going to have to be on the ball today because this is the show with a need for speed, a craving for creativity, and a demand for ingenious ideas and inventions. It's time for the warm-up! Not that type of warm-up, GP. Bring me my questions. OK, folks, it's the warm-up round. Don't forget, all these points count. Are you ready? Take 5, times it by 4, add 6, and divide that by 2.
Mini Einsteins.
13.
Is right.
Yes.
What word am I spelling backwards? T-A-T-I-B-A-H.
Mini Einsteins.
Habitats.
Correct. What is this sound?
Scientific sleuths.
Earthquake?
No, it's a bowling ball rolling and hitting some pins. Unlucky. How many letters are there in the word momentum?
Groovy gravity girls.
7.
No, it's 8. Now, put yourselves in order of when your birthday is, the earliest at this end and the latest at that end. And when you've done it, press your brain.
Mini Einsteins.
Now, Greens have buzzed. Let's have a look. Yes, you're right. Well done, Greens. Oh, there we go.
We were already in this order.
Greens are rocketing ahead. Zoom. Fire. Da, 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 da. Fire. Da, da, da. Yes, I've got my protective gloves on today, which can only mean one thing. I'm going to do an experiment with fire! Which, of course, is very different to playing with fire, which is not something very clever to do. So don't do it at home! So, now then, teams, what I have in front of me here is an enormous, meshy cage. A tubular, meshy cage. And in the middle, there's a little receptacle there with some fuel in it. Ah. Now what I'm going to do is set fire to the fuel, and then I'm going to spin the cage around. And I want you to tell me what's going to happen. Will it be A, the flame will spread out to the edges of the meshy tube? Or will it be B, the spinning will extinguish the flame and knock it out? Will it be C, the orange flame will change colour and start to glow green? Or will it be D, something else, something only you or even you have thought of? Your thinking time starts now!
What do you think is going to happen? I think it'll make like a fire tornado so it spread to the edges. Yeah. Because like
Our teams have got 4 choices.
force might go up through the top and down, pressuring it to go up.
Will this fire up their imaginations? Fire up their...
You get more oxygen, isn't it?
Yeah. Simply just go.
5 seconds.
There's only one way.
That's it. Your thinking time is up. Let's see your answers. No! Put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up. Who? A. So, you've all gone for A. OK, Yellows, let's start with you. Why have you gone for A?
The mesh only has very small holes for the air to get through. So if it was spinning around, it would go in through the top, therefore pressurising the flame to go around it.
Ah, I see. Like a sort of centrifugal thing. Ah, OK. Now then, Greens, you've also gone for A. What's your thinking?
We think that the air-like pressure that's inside will push it outward so the fire would spread to the edges.
Ah, pressure. Ding, 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 ding. Under pressure, pressing down on me, pushing down on you. Do, 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 do.
Under
Ding,
pressure.
ding, ding, do, 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 do. We'll have a good old sing-song here, an ultimate brain. OK, Greens, thank you. Now then, Blues, you've gone for A as well.
Well, the fire needs oxygen for it to get bigger, and if it's spinning around, then it'll get more oxygen.
Yes.
And then it'll all get bigger.
So more oxygen will make bigger fire.
Yeah.
The cavemen discovered that. More air, make fire bigger. But is it the right answer? Well, we're going to find out, because it's time to do the experiment. Here we go, folks. A step 1, cha-cha-cha. Pick it up, put it in, cha-cha-cha, and light, da-da-da-dee-dee-da-da-da. Close the thing, pom, 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 and spin. And stand back and watch what happens. Look at that. Isn't it weird? Now then, it's made a tornado.
As the flame burns, the hot air rises upwards and fresh air is drawn inwards from the side. When we turn the wheel, the mesh spins the air as it moves into the cage and speeds up, and the flame spins to form a tornado.
A tornado of fire. which is going to be the name of our new dance show. Touring in all your theatres soon. Look at that. Isn't it extraordinary? So there we are. It was D, something else, as in it makes a tornado. So I'm afraid, teams, as beautiful as this is, none of you got any points. Tornado of fire.
Well, our teams weren't on fire there. No points!
So, Guinea Pig and I were watching this movie. Brilliant action film with somebody like Nicolas Cage, and he was jumping out of helicopters, going down ropes and fighting people with swords and all this kind of stuff, and jumping across a bridge. And then there was this brilliant bit where there was these enormous boulders and they were rolling down the hill towards him. And I said, "Oh no, GP, what's going to happen?" And he said, "I don't know, Dr. Brain, what's going to happen?" And then the TV broke. So we've no idea what happened. I said, "Guinea Pig, what are we going to do?" And he said, "You know what? There's only one way to find out. Let's make it ourselves." So I've asked our contestants to come up with some brilliant devices to show us what may have happened in the movie. I gave them £50 each and 2 days to come up with their plans.
GP is teetering on the edge of a precipice, and 3 giant boulders 120 centimetres in diameter are hurtling towards him at speed. Oof! Teams must come up with a way to prevent GP from being knocked backwards off his ledge. They will need to consider how they might divert the path of the boulders and how they might defend GP, dampening the blow should he get hit. Managing to keep GP on his feet will be rewarded with 10 points.
So, shall we see our hero stuntman? Here he comes, Mr. Guinea Pig! Brilliant, Guinea Pig. I wish I had some popcorn. So, GP, are you ready to face the boulders of doom?
I'm ready to be an action guinea pig, Dr. Brain.
So, what our teams have got to do is find ways of stopping the boulders of fire from knocking GP into the pit of doom. Luckily, I've raided the BFG's snooker table for this. Now, let's see what happens when you don't have a plan like this.
Like a rubber ball, like a bouncing back to you. Rubber ball, like a bouncing back to you.
You look like one of the Mr. Men from here. Let's see the first plan. It's a good job. I'm incredibly strong. So, Yellows, Dr. Alia, you're a bit behind on points after all that bravado at the beginning. Do you think this is the plan that's going to help you to catch up the points?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Back to the Future.
I like it. Now, what's the scientific principle behind it?
The bat has a wide radius,
Yes, that's good.
which means that there's more chance that even if it strokes the balls, then there's more chance that it will actually touch the balls, rather than if it was small, then it might miss entirely.
That's good thinking. So what's he wearing on his feet?
There's some Velcro on the floor and on the bottom of his shoes so that he can stick to the floor and become more stable.
Oh, got it all covered.
The scientific sleuths have sent GP into the future with their plan, giving him a tennis racket-shaped bat and super sticky Velcro shoes. With its large surface area, the bat is provided to help deflect balls. Velcro is made up of 2 strips of material, with tiny stiffened hooks on one that click to the tiny matted loops of the softer fibre on the other when pressed together, giving grip to help GP stay in place. Will GP ace this task, or will he get smashed back into the pit below?
What do you think, GP?
I think this idea is a bit batty, Dr. Brain.
Batty? Well, let's see if it works. In 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, nearly got him. Here comes the next one. Oh!
GP!
That's right. Keep cheering him on. Here comes number 3.
Go GP!
Good shot, GP. It's like Wimbledon. How did you feel that went, Yellows?
Well,
I
Yeah.
think you might have caught up the points.
yeah.
Well, let's find out when we see the next plan. So, Blues, what's the name of your plan?
It's called the Great Almighty Protective Warrior, a.k.a. the Shield Puncher.
I like it, the shield puncher.
We've got the foam to deflect the ball away from him so it
yes.
doesn't hurt Guinea Pig, and then you've got the punch to punch it away so he can defend himself.
Oh, very good. A double-pronged attack.
Yes.
I like that, Blues.
Groovy Gravity Girls have got punchy with their plan, with a boxing glove fist on a stick, teamed up with a padded shield to absorb impact should GP get hit. He might be able to see those boulders coming through his window, but will GP be able to deflect them and smack them into oblivion?
What do you think, GP?
It's a knockout idea, Dr. Brain.
So let's give it a go. 3, 2, 1, go! Here comes number 2. Here comes the third. Nearly got him. Oh, he's toppling. Is he going? Oh, that was close. You did it. Well done, Blues.
Yes.
Nice one. Worked pretty well, didn't it? You happy?
Yes, very.
Good. Let's see the next plan. Time to see if the Greens are on the ball. What's the name of your plan?
Diamond dodge.
Ha-ha! Now, what does it involve?
The top of the a diamond,
Yes.
and we're hoping that when the giant balls come down, then they'll go either side of him.
Ah.
And he also has sucker shoes, so he can keep on the ledge.
I like your thinking. How do you feel, GP? All right. Hello. You're a bit silly, aren't you? Yes. He can't hear a thing.
Many Einsteins have come up with the Diamond Dodge, a sturdy shield that GP can maneuver to deflect boulders. Like the Blues, they provided a lookout window, and like the Yellows, they've got an underfoot plan to keep GP sturdy. This time, giving him shoes with super suckers, which, with less air inside than out, utilize pressure to keep GP's feet stuck to the surface beneath. Will this plan prove to be a cut above the rest, or will that heavy shield bring GP crashing down to earth?
Right. Let's see it in action. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Geronimo! Oh! Nearly got him. Here comes number 2. Oh! He's teetering, he's tottering, and he's still there. Number 3, the final ball. Down he goes. That's a failure for you, but a big laugh for me. Greens, oh no, it didn't quite come off. Unlucky. How do you feel?
Sad.
Oh, I'm sorry. What a great round that was. Guinea Pig was literally bowled over by that one. Bowled over. It was really rock and roll, and other such jokes. So then, teams, they were pretty good plans you came up with there, I thought. Unfortunately, Greens, right on the last boulder, over he went into the pit. Why do you think that happened? What went wrong?
He didn't do it properly.
You're blaming him?
Yeah.
Oh, dear Guinea Pig, you got it wrong again, and it's all your fault that the Greens, unfortunately, get no points. I'm sorry about that. Aww. So, Blues and Yellows, you managed it, didn't you? You kept him on there, steady as a rock, which means you both get 10 points! I'm glad they're happy. Let's see what that does to the scores.
Blues and Yellows take the lead.
It's his favourite round, the split-second round. Now, I went to see a therapist the other day because I've developed rather a phobia of balloons. They really make me jump. Even the word balloon makes me jump. Balloon. Oh! What did I do that to myself for? So she said to me, you know what you need to do to get over it? You've got to face your fear. Get 3 people to pop balloons as quickly as they can, and it'll all be gone and you'll feel fine. So that's what we're going to do. So, on the sound of the signal, which is the guinea pig squeal, which sounds a little bit like this, they're going to pop their balloons as quickly as they can. And the fastest one is the winner. Are you ready, teams?
Yes.
Well,
Good, glittery, gracious, what a noise. Come on, Yellows, catch up. There we go.
it's 10 points for the Greens. Well done, you Greens. And I've got over my fear of balloons. Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, well.
Let's pop on to today's Inspiration Challenge.
Our teams are each going to be given a ball like this in 2 halves, which can be placed together like so. Now, they've got all sorts of stuff here that they can put inside or outside the ball to make it go slow. But why would they want to make it go slow, I hear you ask? Well, over here, we have our racetrack. Green, blue, yellow. And once they've made their balls, what we're going to do is race them down the tracks.
But this is a different kind of race.
The one who comes last wins. But Their ball must get to the end. It can't just stop. It has to move, but very, very slowly. What do you think, GP? Looks pretty good, right?
Looks fantastic, Dr. Brain.
Do you think even you could do it, GP? It's the ball that needs to go slow, not you, guinea pig. Let's see if our teams are any more inspired. 3, 2, 1, go! No!
So, how to slow the ball down?
Elastic bands around it, then it will like cause friction.
Someone's sticky on the outside.
So we need to put honey, I think. Honey,
Right.
honey
Inside, sugar inside.
sugar inside.
Yeah, I think you'll find that sand.
Wait, no.
Yellow's thinking along the same line as the greens there.
Elastic bands around it so that that slows down so that it isn't round and rolling.
And you have to make
also
it heavy
blue
as
tack as well in random places. So
You
it's
have to make it heavy as well.
Do something, greens.
Just chuck it in the baking.
Well, that certainly is something.
Just chuck it in the baking.
We have to put as much stuff in it as possible.
Halfway through your time now.
Inside. Right, that's not
Wait, how
honey
much
on the
now?
outside.
And then
on
to
the
beans. And then
what,
beans.
honey
Remember, the task is to get to the end of the track last.
What are we going to stick on the outside with it, though?
Elastic bands.
Beans in the middle. Why are we going to do the sand?
No.
Need to hurry.
Put this.
Sam sticks to it now.
Messy.
Quick, no more.
It's so sticky.
10 seconds to go.
Should we test it?
Look at all that lovely honey.
That's it, time up. And here we are at the ultimate brain Grand Prix. They're under starters' orders. But first of all, Greens, I'm sensing some positivity. You're feeling good, aren't you?
Yes.
What do you think you've done so well?
Put lots of beans and sand on it and got very messy.
Yellows, on the other hand, you're not quite so sure, are you?
No. I think we made a mistake. I think we put too much honey in because the purpose of the honey was to make the sand stiff. I think we put in too much, so now it's running.
Ah, well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Blues, you haven't got a clue, have you?
See what happens.
See what happens.
Ready for this, guinea pig?
I'm really Dr. Brain.
Ready, set, go! Well, after some very creative and messy thought, unfortunately, it's failure all round. In order to slow them down, you all tried to make your balls weightier and stickier to add more friction. But unfortunately, it was a little bit too much, and they just stood there.
But they needed to get to the end of the track.
Yellows, honey was good, but unfortunately the sand has sort of turned into a little solid and it's kind of a dead weight. So that didn't go anywhere, unfortunately. Unlucky. Now, Blues, what was your biggest mistake?
Honey.
The honey.
Yeah,
I think the honey on the outside was our biggest mistake. We couldn't keep it shut.
And you
as
put
can
it
see,
on before you
fell.
closed it, didn't you? So
Yeah.
you couldn't quite get it shut. It was doomed from the start, unfortunately. Greens,
We put nothing inside.
and that, my friends, was your biggest mistake. Putting nothing in the middle and all on the outside.
Now take a look at this.
Down it goes. So it's going.
That works.
It's going.
Oh.
It's going very slowly, do you see? Go on, that's it. You're going to win.
No team chose to use the heavy metal ball, but put it inside the plastic ball with loads of honey and watch what happens as the center of gravity shifts. The outside ball can only go as fast as the inside ball. The heavy, gloopy, viscous honey has just the right consistency to slow the ball down without stopping it completely.
So, if you'd chosen the heavy metal ball and the honey, you would have succeeded. But you didn't, so you failed. Did you get any points? Now it's time for the last round. Wow, from the split second to the slow round. And now to the quickfire round. Yes, here we go. It's the final round of the Girl Power Games. Are you ready, teams?
Yes!
Hands on brains. What ailment, known as sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia, is GP suffering from now? Any Einsteins?
Brain freeze.
Here's the right answer. What word beginning with A describes a mixture of two metals? Scientific sleuths.
Aluminium.
No, it's alloy. What fatty substance keeps whales warm?
Groovy gravity girls!
Phlegm?
Blubber!
Which antibiotic, beginning with P, was the first to be
Groovy
discovered?
gravity girls!
Paracetamol.
No, there's penicillin.
Sorry.
True or false? A hippopotamus can run faster than a man.
Groovy gravity girls!
True.
It's right.
Yes!
Humans share 50% of their DNA with which fruit?
Groovy gravity girls!
Bananas.
Is right. All the chemical elements on Earth can be found on which table?
Mini Einsteins!
What?
Gonna need an answer?
A wooden table.
No, it's the periodic table. What is the name of the liquid food that bees get from plants?
Honey.
No, it's nectar. Where in your body would you find the bicep?
Mini Einsteins!
Your arm.
Your arm is right. True or false? Humans have the same amount of bones in their neck as a giraffe.
Mini Einsteins!
True.
It is true. Well done. Very good. Oh, what an incredible end to our Girl Power show. I think I may have found my zigga-ziggar after all. And here are the results. In third place, with 10 points, it's the Yellows. Well done, 10 points there. In second place, with 14 points, it's the Blues. Well done, which means our winners are the Greens with a massive, enormous 22 points. Well done, you Greens. Wow, that was an absolutely fantastic one. I'm exhausted. Did you get any of the answers right? I hope so. Join us again for more Ultimate Brain! Oh, what a show. Oh, hi, GP. Hey, remember my joke. What band do boulders love listening to the most?
Are you still banging on about boulders, Dr. Brown?
Yeah, it's brilliant, it's brilliant. The Rolling Stones. You get it? You know, Mick Jagger and all that. I got the moves like Jagger. I got the moves like Jagger. I got the moves. Oh, I'm Mick Jagger. I got the moves like Jagger. I got the moves like Jagger. I got the moves like moves like Jagger. I've got the moves.
Dr. Brain, I've heard some rumours that I'm going to get flattened by some boulders today. Is that true?
Well, impossible. Oh, that reminds me. Right. What band do boulders like the most?
Boulders? Well, boulders, do they listen to music? Because I've spoken to a few boulders, and normally they just keep quiet. They're very good listeners, boulders. I'm not too sure. You know, maybe I should go and ask a few. I've seen a few around. I'm going to go and ask them what they...
It's a joke. Oh, let's get on with the show. Rock on!
Are you ready for this fiery experiment? Which team can keep GP from being bowled over in our creative challenge? And who will bring home gold by coming last at our slow race? Let's get to it! This is Ultimate Brain!
Good to see you again. I tell you what I want, what I really want. I've got a zig-a-zig-E, I've got a zig-a-zig-ooh, but I haven't got a zig-a-zig. I can't find one anyway. Can't get them these days. Yes, it's Girl Power Day. We're going to see if we can find the next great female scientist to follow in the footsteps of people like Marie Curie with her X-rays, Rosalind Franklin with her DNA. You go, girl.
Let's meet the teams. First up, our girls in green from Lancashire. It's Alex, Isabel, and Francesca. Dressed in yellow and feeling mellow. It's Amina, Alia, and Olivia from Birmingham. And representing women of the world, well, CBBC, in blue, the next step's Ella, Hetty of Feather, a.k.a. Isabel, and Millie of In Between.
Girls just wanna have fun. Ooh, girls just wanna have fun. Yes, apart from when they're discovering things, inventing things, becoming great politicians and scientists and business people, and we have some of the greatest female minds in the land in this very studio today. Shall we meet them? Let's do it, beginning with the Blues. How are you, Blues?
We're good.
We're good.
It's good to see you here. Celebrities. Real celebrities here in my very own studio. Now then, Dr. Ella. I happen to know that a very good friend of mine, my pet, Mr. Guinea Pig, is a very big fan of your show, The Next Step.
Amazing.
Yes.
Brilliant.
And, he'd just like to show you a few moves. Would you mind?
No, that's absolutely fine. Go
Oh,
ahead.
that's very kind of you. Take it away, GP.